while he is trying to connect back, I would like to point out we have Rasik Barkat. He says, good evening, good morning. I have one single point to add to Justice Kaju sir's proposal. If allowed, I'll take less than a minute. Barkat Saab will let you definitely an opportunity. I have Dr. Ghazala, she's driving and going to destination. She would like to speak as well. And I also have Mr. Sanjay Sapru. He's a technocrat and social activist connected to Ground Zero, believes in the future of new UT based on development vision. So we'll allow you to definitely speak. So with that, I think Shahzab is back. I think he is connecting, but I would probably interrupt him. And since Vivekji is already getting very late, probably give him the stage. Shahzab, if you can hear me, so if you can.
Yes, I got disconnected.
Yes, we saw that.
That's okay. Please let Mr. Vivek go ahead. I'll conclude later.
Okay, thank you, sir. Great points. Noted down. So, Mr. Vivek, sir, please carry on.
Let me say good morning to all friends from India and Pakistan.
Vivek ji, we lost you. We can't hear you. Can you hear us? Your internet connectivity is not good.
I would like to add one more demand to the three demands I wanted to make to the Indian government on behalf of Ibadat Khana and Chinar Foundation. The fourth demand should also be that adequate compensation should be given to Kashmiri Pandits who were uprooted, and the condition should be made for them to peacefully return to the valley. This fourth demand should be included to the three demands I presented.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. So we lost Vivek ji. While we're trying to get him back, so we'll probably ask. So since we have a couple of folks who really would like to ask questions. So Mr. Mahaldar, if you want to make a quick point, less than a minute, I would appreciate. You can go ahead. Are you on? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes, please, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. First of all, thanks to everybody. A very good morning or good evening to everybody. In India, it's morning, and in the rest of the you people, it's good evening. I just want to say that, yes, when you talk about the JNK is divided. When I say divided, when we ask the constitutional rights, we are asking for the restoration of the statehood. But unfortunately, that the people who are asking for the restoration of the statehood, they are deemed as anti-nationals. Now, getting down to the point, now I will just come down straightway. Earlier, the budget of the JNK used to be more than 48,000 crores. Now, it has come down to approximately 30,000 crores, which is a reduction of 17,000 crores. When we're talking about the conflict like a place of the JNK, we need the peace and development in the place. Now, looking down to the past 70 years, the minorities, when I say minorities, I'm talking about the ST, OBC, the Shikara people, we are talking about the other castes. There are about 32 castes within the state who are deprived of their rights, even though what is there in the constitution, what was in the state constitution, what was in the central constitution, but they had been deprived of their rights. There has not been any sort of administrative control to uplift those people. We need to look on those areas also. We talk about a lot many things in terms of 370 or our rights or demonstration or so and so. In fact, the minorities of the state had been deprived of their rights, including the Kashmiri Pandits, let it be Sikhs, let it be, all across the community we are talking about. It's nothing specific to the particular religion. Getting down to another point is concerned, which I want to raise. The Shah Sahab is here and other panels are here. Shah Sahab, we are talking about the restoration of the statehood. It's my suggestion. Please don't get offended. Rather than हम member parliament और government की सारी सुविधाएं ले ले, हमें सबको त्याग करके इसको movement बनाना पड़ेगा, तब जाके हमारे को ये हक मिलेंगे. ये एक मेरा सुझाव है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Mr. Mahaldar. Your point is noted. Thank you. I also want to kind of reiterate to all the speakers and the guests that this session is being recorded and will be telecasted through the social media. So whatever you say will stay on the internet. We have also a few more folks. I think Mr. Tanka, he's trying to connect back. While we're waiting for him to join back, we have a few more questions. I think we had Dr. Ghazala. And Dr. Ghazala, are you still online? She wanted to speak and has question because she was driving.
Yes, hello.
Okay, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yes. Good morning, everyone in India and Pakistan, and good evening to people who are in USA. So I would like to focus on the title itself, not going back into the history and talking about excision and all those things. So my point is that when we talk about, abrogation of Article 70, so people think that it's directly linked to the development or maybe to the, absence of development and the region. So, when it comes to the abrogation, people will talk about, integrating Kashmir fully, or ending corruption, or, putting an end to the militancy in the region. This is what outsiders attribute to the Kashmir. But it's not all about that. We have so many issues which we are, facing currently. When we talk about this post-abrogation of Article 70 scenario, after a week, I guess, almost 50,000 jobs were announced by the, the governor at that time. And he mentioned in his speech that within 3 months' time, the youth be, they will be given this kind of, these jobs will be given to the youth. So when we, actually talk about that perspective, it has almost been a year now. Those jobs has not been given to anyone. In fact, people in our region, almost, I guess 4,000 people have lost their jobs. So it is not in a way, helping us in any kind of development, but it has retarded our growth. So, and if for that matter, if we talk about economy, we have suffered a loss of almost 40,000 crore or maybe more than that. So there is a complete disconnect between the, predominantly non-local administration and people here. So people, if we talk about our youth, or if we talk about our tourism, everything is affected. Like we are facing this pandemic right now, and people are locked since March, or maybe we can say since January. They are so frustrated. But when it comes to Kashmir, when it comes to children of Kashmir, youth of Kashmir, or women of Kashmir, they are in lockdown since many years, and complete lockdown since last 6th August, 5th August. So women here, they have lost their jobs. Those who were working from home, those who were earning from home, have lost the opportunities. They are facing so many hardships. And when we talk about our children, they are suffered. And when we focus on this, virtual mode of teaching, they are not able to access because of the 2G connectivity in the region. So I don't understand that, militancy was already there. It is not just a new concept which is affecting our, this valley. It was already there. There were other means militants are using. And currently, if 2G is in our state, still there are encounters going on every now and then. So those things have not been stopped. And this is not how, you actually lead the development in the region. So my concern is that whenever we talk about, development, we have to take youth, we have to take women into the consideration, because youth is the future of nation. So this is all I can say about the, this whole issue, that we need to focus on women, we need to focus on educational sector, we need to focus on the empowerment of youth, we need to focus on the ordinary life in Kashmir, because everybody is suffering, everybody, be it any, business class, be it, we can say, people working in private sectors, they have lost their jobs. They have nothing to do. Yesterday only, I was reading a column regarding a PhD holder who is PhD in mechanical engineering. Just because he was not, in a position to go outside and work there, he lost his job, and right now he's working as a laborer in Kashmir. So now you can imagine a person with the highest degree in mechanical engineering is working as a laborer. What about other people who are, nominal wagers? So these are the concerns, these are the issues which we need to deal. which we need to take, into consideration before talking about other things. Because I personally believe and I think that these are the actual issues which needs to be addressed before going into any other debate. And most importantly, I have worked on the use of arms in Kashmir, and I have done an intensive research on it. I have met people from Dardapura village of Kupara, where almost, I guess, 300 half widows are living. Most of the people in the country might not have been this idea that what does this concept of half widow mean? But they are there waiting for their husbands since last 30 years, and they have no whereabouts, that where their husbands are, whether they are alive or whether they are already dead. So this is the scenario. We don't have to focus on the Srinagar. We don't have to focus on the Jammu region or Ladakh region. When we talk about development, when we talk about empowering youth or empowering women, we have to go to these areas where women are actually suffering. They have no means of, they are financially not sound. They are impacted very badly. I have been to those places, and recently, if we talk about one, case, I met a family, Ghulam Jilani. That case is still pending before the High Court. Since 2015, that his husband who's having 10 children, she has no whereabouts about her husband. That where did he go? He was taken up by the army. What is, when we reflect upon these issues, I really get disturbed when I think about that family whom I have personally met and interviewed. So that was particularly purely an academical thing. But that disturbs my soul. That disturbs me. That a lady who's not, academically sound, who's not that much educated to go and work, and she still has to manage a family of 10 people, 11 people. How come she will be able to do that? So before addressing other issues, I personally believe that we need to address these issues first. That is all I have to say.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ghazala. Appreciate. Good points noted. Again, we have Mr. Tanka back. We lost him for a second. Mr. Tanka, I know you have been patiently waiting. We also have Mr. Siddiq Wahed.
And one more point I would like to add. I'm so sorry to disturb. I'm on my way to Srinagar, and past 45 minutes we were stuck in near Patan area because just army convoy was passing. And what if some patient is critical? He also has to wait. So these are the violations, grassroots human rights violations, that even if you are suffering, you are in a critical condition, you are about to die, and you have to reach the hospital, but you can't because army is coming other way. So you have to wait for 45 minutes, even if you die. So this is a gross violation of Article 21. You are not, we are not able to assess our fundamental rights, avail our fundamental rights. Forget about other human rights. So this is a kind of violation Kashmiri people are right now suffering. That is it. I'm so sorry for taking so much time. Thank you.
All right, great.
This is this is actually the point I wanted Mr. Kadju to add to the demands to the proposal. This was actually my point. This is not post 5 August issue. This is actually post Pulwama attack. There is absolutely no free movement on national highway, which is the only national highway which runs from South Kashmir through Srinagar to North Kashmir. I want Justice Kadju to add this proposal to the list of the demands. This was actually my point.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Barkat. Appreciate.